Okay, we're going to be talking about the addition rule for section 4.2. The addition rule you can usually identify because they say the word or in there, so these three have to do with the addition rule. There's two ways to do the addition rule. One is intuitive way, so find how many ways A occurs, how many ways B occurs, and make sure nothing is counted more than once. The other way to do it is intuitive way. This is a formal formula. So we find the probability of A, probability of one event plus the probability of a second event, and we subtract what they have in common. Okay, so let's look at our first example here. The first example says, was it probability of a junior or a senior? So I circle the juniors and I circle the seniors up here. Notice there's no overlap. When two events never overlap, they call them disjoint. I'm just going to show you something that. So disjoint or mutually exclusive means they cannot occur at the same time. There's no overlap. So in other words, you can't be a junior and a senior at the same time. Okay, so if I do this intuitively, I'm going to just go ahead and add the juniors together. Add the juniors to the seniors. You could put this over one denominator or two. If you add those up, you get 67 out of the total of 100, which is 0.67. If we do it using the formula, which again I don't prefer, you would take the probability of a junior plus the probability of a senior, which is actually right here. Here's a junior, here's a senior. And then you subtract what they have in common. In this case, they don't have anything in common, so you wouldn't subtract anything from that. There's no overlap. So the answer is still 67 out of 100. Okay, so this example, again, since there's no overlap, they are mutually exclusive, so I'm just going to write that down. And you could also say the word disjoint, either way. Okay, let's look at another example here. This one was a senior or received an A. Okay, so here's the seniors right here. I'm going to erase this. Or they got an A. Now this time there is an overlap. There's a 10 that's in both groups, so we want to make sure we don't count them twice. Okay, so I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to take the total of the seniors. That's 38. And I'll go ahead and put that over 100. Or you could put it all over 100. Then you're going to take the A's. There's 27 A's total. But if you notice, this 10 is added twice. It's added once here and also here. So it's added twice. So I have to actually subtract that out. Okay, so again, that's where this rule comes from. You take the probability of the first event plus the probability of the second event. You subtract what they have in common because it's added twice. Okay, if you simplify that, if you add 38 and 27 and subtract 10, you end up with 55 over 100, which is 0.55. Okay, I'm going to have you guys try this one, and then we'll come back and finish it. Okay, so with a freshman or receiving A, you should have gotten 0.3 or 30 of 100. Let's go ahead and go through that one. So here's the freshman, here's the A's. Notice there's no freshman that got an A, so they are actually still disjoint. There's nothing in common. So I take the total of the freshman, which is 3. And there we go. Okay. And then I take the total of the A's, which is 27. And I get 30 of 100, which is 0.3. Okay, so that's the end of this example. This is one from the homework, but I'm going to do this one in the next video here because it's a little bit harder.